Before we dive into this mind-blowing journey, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and stay till the end, because what you're about to learn might shock you. Have you ever wondered where you, as a British citizen, might not be as welcome as you think? It's hard to believe that in 2024, despite the globalized world we live in, there are countries where British citizens face hostile environments, restrictive policies, or political tensions. The reasons are varied, ranging from diplomatic disputes to anti-tourism sentiments. But why are these countries so unwelcoming? How does this affect travelers? Let's uncover the top 10 countries where British citizens are not welcome, and the reasons behind it will leave you speechless. Number 10, Spain. One of the most popular holiday destinations for British tourists, seems like an unlikely entry on this list. But did you know that in 2024, certain regions of Spain are actively pushing back against British visitors? Over-tourism, particularly in areas like the Canary Islands and Barcelona, has led to local frustration with the volume of British holidaymakers. In response, more than 30% of local protests about over-tourism target British tourists specifically. Regions have implemented stricter rules, including limiting the number of cruise ships and increasing fines for disruptive behavior, which is often linked to British tourists. The message is clear. Some parts of Spain are no longer the welcoming paradise they once were. Number 9, Thailand. Thailand may be a paradise for some, but for British citizens, it's becoming increasingly hostile. Why? Strict drug laws, combined with rising anti-Western sentiment, make it a risky destination. Did you know that drug-related offenses in Thailand can lead to life imprisonment or even death, regardless of the nationality of the offender? Since 2022, over 10% of British travelers to Thailand have faced legal trouble, often for minor infractions. The harsh penalties and lack of support from local authorities make this tropical haven feel like a trap for unwary tourists. The British government has seen a 20% increase in consular assistance requests from citizens in Thailand since 2021. Number 8, Iraq. For adventurous travelers, Iraq might seem like an intriguing destination. But for British citizens, it's one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Why would anyone travel there? Despite its rich history and religious significance, Iraq remains a war zone with rampant terrorism, making it unsafe for Britons. The statistics are sobering. Over 50% of all foreign kidnappings in Iraq in 2023 involved British nationals. The UK government continues to issue severe travel warnings, advising citizens to avoid Iraq at all costs. Did you know that more than 70% of British citizens in Iraq are there for work-related reasons? Even so, the risks are too high for anyone to consider leisure travel here. Number 7, Turkey. Turkey has long been a favorite destination for British holidaymakers, with millions flocking to its beaches and cultural landmarks every year. But in 2024, the story is changing. Diplomatic relations between the UK and Turkey have soured, particularly after Brexit and regional tensions in Syria. Did you know that in the last 2 years, visas for British tourists have become harder to obtain, and those entering the country face longer wait times and more intense scrutiny at airports? The tension is palpable, with more than 15% of British travelers reporting difficulties in customs. It's no longer the carefree holiday spot it once was. Number 6, Venezuela. Once known for its stunning beauty, Venezuela is now a country in turmoil, and British citizens are caught in the crossfire. The political and economic collapse has created a hostile environment for foreign visitors, especially those from the UK, due to the British government's stance on Venezuelan leadership. Since 2020, Venezuela has seen a dramatic drop in tourism, with British citizens making up only a tiny fraction of visitors. In 2024, traveling here means facing extreme crime rates, political instability, and a lack of basic resources like healthcare and security. Did you know that in the capital, Caracas, the murder rate is over 120 per 100,000 people? Now imagine being a British tourist in this environment. The danger is real. Number 5, Belarus. Why Belarus? This European country is often overlooked by travelers, but since 2020, it has made international headlines for its political crackdowns and close ties with Russia. Did you know that British citizens are frequently refused entry or face intense scrutiny at the border? Since 2022, over 25% of British travelers have reported being detained, questioned, or sent back without clear reasons. The situation worsened after the UK imposed sanctions on Belarus for human rights violations. Imagine planning a trip only to be turned away at the border or detained without explanation. Belarus has truly become a no-go zone for Britons. Number 4, Afghanistan. The name Afghanistan conjures images of ancient civilizations, rugged landscapes, and cultural diversity. But after the Taliban takeover in 2021, it has become one of the most dangerous places for British citizens. Why would anyone still consider traveling there? Some may feel drawn by the beauty, but the dangers far outweigh the rewards. As of 2024, 99% of the country is considered unsafe for British nationals. Travel advisories from the UK have issued level 4 warnings, the highest possible. With rising anti-Western sentiment, the threat of kidnapping and terrorism is higher than ever. Shockingly, over 60% of all kidnappings involving foreigners in Afghanistan since 2021 have been of British citizens. Number 3, Iran. With its rich history and breathtaking landscapes, seems like a dream destination for history lovers. But for British citizens, it's far from a dream. It's a diplomatic minefield. Since 2019, relations between the UK and Iran have been turbulent due to political tensions and military conflicts in the Middle East. In 2024, British citizens face an even greater risk of arbitrary arrest, detainment, and harsh interrogation. Did you know that the UK government has recorded a 30% increase in detainment cases for British travelers since 2020? What's even more shocking is the risk of being used as a political pawn. Many British citizens have faced unjust trials and accusations of espionage. Number 2, North Korea. How far would you go for a forbidden adventure? North Korea has always been mysterious, but for British citizens, entering this country feels like stepping into a surreal dystopia. Did you know that since Brexit, relations between the UK and North Korea have deteriorated even further? Now, with heightened tensions, British citizens are closely monitored, and any slight misstep could lead to imprisonment. Despite receiving about 6,000 Western tourists a year, North Korea imposes some of the harshest travel conditions on British citizens. Every movement is observed, every word is weighed, and there's no room for error. The chilling fact, only 1% of visitors to North Korea are from the UK. Number 1, Russia. Why has Russia become so unwelcoming for British citizens? The frostiness isn't just about the cold weather, but about diplomatic relations that have plunged to the lowest levels since the Cold War. In the wake of the Ukraine conflict and Britain's vocal support for sanctions against Russia, British citizens are now viewed with suspicion. Did you know that since 2022, UK travelers have faced increased scrutiny, difficulty obtaining visas, and a higher risk of being detained? The numbers are alarming. Since 2023, travel warnings for Russia have skyrocketed by over 50%. Even simple tourist visits are becoming nightmarish, with reports of harassment and detainment without clear reason. Imagine a country where your passport sparks suspicion just because of your nationality. That concludes the shocking list of 10 countries where British citizens are not welcome in 2024. The reasons are varied and complex, but one thing is certain: travel for British nationals is becoming more complicated in certain regions. Before you book your next holiday, make sure you understand the risks, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching till the end.